Hello, welcome to another Becoming a Modern Man. We're looking at a new deck here. This one is a nice little brew based around the Disciple of Deceit, which is a card that came in from Journey into Nyx. It's interesting and common with a nice little tutor effect, and this deck tries to maximise that with lots of different graveyard interactions and nice little cards to tutor up with the deck. So yeah, it's quite an interesting one, and one that I thought was worth taking for a spin. So let's get underway here. We're playing against Merfolk here. We won the roll, so let's get things underway. So this is our opener. We've got a Watery Grave, Thoughtseize, Gravecrawler, Sword of Fire and Ice, a Lingering Souls, and a Disciple of Deceit. So looks like a pretty tasty hand. So I'm going to lead off with a Water Grave into a Gravecrawler, pass the turn, and just leads off with an island, so not too many clues about what he's going to be here just yet. Could fetch up the Godless Shrine to give us access to all our colours, and play out the Disciple. And Spreading Seas the Godless Shrine, which is a little annoying, takes us off double black, means we're not going to be able to smallpox anytime soon, so I don't think we particularly want to be doing that at this moment in time. Maybe we would have actually done it, seeing as though we drew another land, we might have been tempted to do it, but given that he's playing Moot Vault, I'm pretty sure he's going to be on Merfolk, and so I'm just going to take the chance to stick my Sword of Fire and Ice here, which is going to be pretty good, I imagine. So he leads off Silvergill Adept, Healing Master, discard my Lingering Souls, and I tutor up a Dismember. There's various cards I could have picked up. I could have got another Lingering Souls, a different sword, but given we've got the Pro Blue sword, I don't particularly need one of those. Zeta Radiance Necromancer. I've only been playing with the deck a short time, but I'm not a massive fan of this card. But yeah, getting a removal spell in the form of Dismember seems nice, and obviously throwing the Lingering Sword into the yard gives us value in that we can recast it. So I'm going to use my Thoughtseize here, follow up. This way I can see if the way is clear to stick my sword onto one of my creatures. He could potentially have a Vapor Snag up or something. So it turns out he does have the Vapor Snag, as I suspected, and he's going to bounce my Disciple. I'm going to get to Thoughtseize's hand. See he's got Master of the Pearl Trident, a Thassa, a Aetherval, and a Phantasmal Image. None are actually particularly scary if we can get this sword going, which looks like we're going to be able to, as we cleared that Vapor Snag out of his hand. So yeah, I think I take the Master of the Pearl Trident, but maybe it would have been better to take the Thassa actually, given that one hit with sword will allow me just to shock the Master, but I suppose if he has some way of getting two lords down, then maybe that doesn't quite work. But yeah, I mean generally we're not too scared by that hand, I guess. We got the sword and our opponent concedes. Yeah, look, judging from his hand, I don't think he stands much of a chance. We're going to be drawing extra cards, kill off pretty much all the creatures he's got, maybe apart from Moot Vault. And yeah, looks pretty good for us all in all. So yeah, we win on turn 4 there, which is nice. Go on to game 2. So hand not the most exciting, but it's pretty decent. We've got a Vapor Snag, a couple of Disciples, and a Timely Reinforcements, which is sideboard is kind of a little toolbox of various different cards, apparently being a nice one against creature heavy decks like Merfolk. Got these off with Aetherval. I'm going to lead off with a Tarpit. And drops in a Silvergill Adept, revealing a Master of the Waves. And this is the turn back. I'm going to play my Disciple. Pass the turn. And drops Thassa, which is fine. I'm going to attack with Disciple. If he drops something in with Vile, I could Vapor Snag it if it does pose a threat to my Disciple. But he just takes an edge here, and I'm going to drop a Gravecrawler onto the battlefield. Perhaps I should have played for the timely a bit sooner, but I'm happy with the way things are going so far. Attacks for 4. I'm going to snag his Mutavault just because it puts him back on mana, which seems good for us. Particularly knowing that he has the Master of the Waves in hand, and that can be pretty brutal if he gets a chance to cast it. Mash Flats to get a Godless Shrine. Attack with my Gravecrawler. Inquisition. What do we see there? I think we see nothing, don't we? Yeah, he has Moonwalt, which is obviously the card we bounce back into his hand, an island, and the Master of Waves that we already knew about. So, not too exciting in a hand, despite him being able to scry. So, just drop our Disciple back onto the battlefield and pass. And finds a Master of the Pearl Trident, which sets up a pretty brutal turn in which he gets to play that, get his faster online, and play his Master of the Waves. So yeah, pretty brutal. Down to 8 here. Family, which is going to help me a little bit, but still in a fairly tough position. Looks like we probably want to Vapor Snag the Master of Waves to get rid of all these elemental tokens that are going to put a beating on us. I'd actually quite like to bounce the Master, but I think we have to bounce the Master of Waves rather than the Master of Pearl Trident here. So, again, bounce the Master of Waves. And try and kill off the Master of Pearl Trident. Have to chump the Thassa to prevent ourselves from dying here. And things are not looking great, but it's not too bad a series of plays, and find a Tidehall Scholar, which is not too bad. I think he just has a land in hand, so we don't get anything here. Oh wait, no, he has Master of Pearl Trident, of course, the card I bounced back. So we get to steal the Master, and we've somewhat stabilised, but this Mutavault is still a 3/3, and we don't really have any good blocks against it, which is pretty bad for us, given that we're only on 3 life now. So yeah, generally not in the greatest of shape, but if we can survive a couple of turns, maybe we'll be okay. Unfortunately, our opponent finds another Pearl Trident, which puts faster online, and yeah, that's definitely enough to finish us off. Also, these guys have Island Walk as well, so yeah, pretty miserable for us. But I think, you know, we definitely survived a bit longer than we could have done, and there's quite a lot of play to this deck, so we weren't completely dead. But yeah, that Master of the Pearl Trident just finishes off. So let's go on to game 3. Hand is Snapcaster, Spell Snare, Bloodghast, Disciple, Lingering, and we've got Godless Shrine and the Marsh Flats. So we've got access to all our colours, which is always good. Can lead off with the Marsh Flats, can't lead off with Vile. Get a Water Grave here, so we can do turn 2 Disciple. We can play Silver Gallat. I think he's had that every second turn so far, and he reveals a Marrow Regery. I'm going to attack in with my Disciple. I'm going to run out the Bloodghast, playing a Marsh Flats, giving up Spell Snare. Though given his Vile goes to 2, maybe I should have just played Lingering Souls instead and just kept the pressure on. Kind of thinking that might have been the better play all in all, but having Spell Snare and not being able to use it seemed pretty bad. So he drops the Regery and a Master of the Pearl Trident and gets in for 4. Island Walk means we we're unable to block, not that we particularly want to. I discard my Lingering Souls, getting Dismembered to get rid of the Master of the Pearl Trident. Means that we can potentially block if we want to. Have to get value off the Lingering Souls here as well. So I'm going to attack him with my guys and flashback Lingering Souls. Pass that turn. Then has a Adept into a Master of the Pearl Trident, Master of Waves, sorry. Too many Masters in this deck, just get confusing. Which is pretty brutal. Followed by a Phantasmal Image on his Master of Waves, which, yeah, pretty brutal as I said. He attacks with the Silver Gill Adept. I'm just going to double block. My plan here is to throw away the Spell Snare to get a Vapor Snag. That way I can just target this Phantasmal Image and it's going to die. And then I can Snapcaster either the Vapor Snag or a Dismember to kill off the second Master of the Waves. And yeah, we're going to have enough mana to do that, fortunately. So we'll get the Spell Snare. Attack with Bloodghast, seeing as though very least it trades. We might as well, seeing as though we've got lands to bring it back if necessary. So and it can't block, so there's just no reason not to. Somebody's played Spreading Seas on our Merfolk. Oh, we can get a War of Grave. Not that it made much difference. So he gets in with all his guys. I'm going to fetch up a basic swamp to try and kill as much as possible. I get the Dismember here. I think it's better than getting the Vapor Snag, just because him recasting Master of the Waves is not good for us. We are going to be able to get rid of the Regerie and the Silver Gill Adept, but even a 2-1 with a oh well, even a couple of 2-1s is kind of dangerous for us. So I'm going to kill it off with Dismember. Just paying the 2 life, seems we had the 2 mana open. And yeah, we're going to kill off these 2 guys. Trading my Disciple off. And reason this Vault. Which is the real problem because we're actually going to go down to 2 here. And yeah, we're dead to the Vault currently. Which is definitely an issue. Find a Tidehollow Sculler, which is nice. This is the one where he has a land, so that doesn't really have any effect. But that's pretty good because we can actually trade with the Moot Vault currently. We're also going to be able to play the second Bloodghast out. From draw. Fortunately, he has a Lord of Atlantis off the top, which means that this Moot Vault is unblockable. Even if it was blockable, I suppose we would. I imagine we'd still be losing out, seeing as though chumping with the Tidehollow Sculler is not very good for us, and we're a long way off killing him. But yeah, I think we had a good try of it. Got to see some pretty sweet plays here, especially with the tutoring effect of Disciple of Deceit. But unfortunately, we are on the losing end here, and I think, you know, it was still reasonably close, and definitely could have come up on the other side of it.